Hey, good day, guys. This is William. I have Riz here from Top Hill Marketing. We're going to be talking about local SEO. He has CTR manipulation type tool, driving directions, as well as done some updates with that. And we're going to be talking about AI because I know everybody wants to know how to rank in AI. Is it affecting, especially with zero-click search, is it affecting local businesses? Because for a while, it's mainly affecting e-com or blog type sites, things like that. Is it affecting lead generation, guys? And some of the best people to ever talk to find out is people like Riz, who actually does lead generation and Google Maps optimization for local service-based businesses. And you are from Brisbane, Australia, but you're located in Amsterdam. But that does not mean that you only do SEO for people in Amsterdam. You do them for pretty much all over the world, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me on, William. It's nice to be here again. So
Yes, sir.
we do mainly SEO in sort of English native countries or services related to English mainly. So Australia, America, the UK, and then any sort of countries that want to offer services in English as well.
Awesome. Yeah, we have some people that will contact us. Can you do it in German and stuff like that? It's like, yeah, I mean, we could, I guess, but it's like, it's kind of difficult when,
we tried it.
Or Filipino based, and you'd have to do Google Translate and stuff like that, and it's not going to be completely accurate. So
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, when it comes to the quality of the work, if it's in a language that I don't understand, I can't really vet that it's perfect myself. So
yeah.
It gets a bit hard with the translation tools these days. It can be pretty good, but you're never sure if it's perfect or not before it goes out.
It's pretty wild. You actually have this stat. I use these stats too. Like 46% of all Google searches are looking for local businesses. So almost half of all the searches are looking for local businesses in your area. If they're using Google, they're using it to look up local businesses. They're not just on there Googling pointless information.
These days, I think Google Maps is definitely the biggest driver to local businesses, for sure.
And if you're not on Google, to me, it's like you're not really in business. I don't see how you could do it. So, I mean, what are some of the things? Because I did a video this morning about AI and changes. Because you get a lot of guys, especially marketing. If you've been in the business long enough, you'll hear websites are dead, which is from Russell Brunson, who came out with ClickFunnels, and of course, Go High Level. And then, of course, SEO has been dying for probably 15 years. And every time some new tool comes out, it's always, well, SEO is dead now because, or the new one, you don't need virtual assistants because, and SEO because you now have AI. Or they'll tell you, are you doing AI SEO? And that sort of thing. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, SEO's never died, at least not since I got into it. It definitely, new things come along and Google shifts the way that they prioritize different factors. New techniques can come that will help you to rank. But I think at the end of the day, the fundamentals are definitely more alive than ever. With Google advancing their algorithms and the way that they can interpret businesses, that starts with the fundamental level. That starts by having everything consistent, your NAP, making sure that you choose a good business name and that you operate in a good serviceable area. And I don't think it will ever become a point where you can replace your marketing campaigns 100% with AI, because you still need somebody that's trained and experienced in the industry to use the AI or implement the strategies and know what's correct and what might not work.
Yeah, because a lot of times AI will get things inaccurate. I mean, it's not always 100% accurate, and you need someone that actually thinks. I just don't. I mean, it's the other thing. A lot of people, for example, will say, "Well, you don't need, for example, with our teams of 5 virtual assistants, you don't no longer need a team of 5 VAs to do your SEO or do digital marketing." and they think, okay, well, the cost, it's going to be cheaper to actually just use AI. And reality is it's not if you're doing automation at an executive level. You're actually using it at full automation, executive level, and usually in credits, from what I've seen, and I know someone else who does it heavily, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a month. Which I know for some people, it's going to be like, well, I could run my business that way. Well, not with virtual assistants, it'd be a lot less than that. But, and then on top of it, you still have to have someone that knows how to think and can tell your story and can actually, AI, for example, can it build relationships? Yes, it can start the relationship, but it's going to have drawbacks, in my opinion.
For sure.
As far as
as it gets more accessible and everybody starts using AI to rank their websites, the only difference is going to be the human input. So once it gets to a point where everybody thinks, oh, I can just go to ChatGPT or I can download this new program to rank my website, the only advantage you're going to get in the industry is by having that expertise, by going to somebody that knows how to differentiate exactly what the AI is telling you, tweak it. Like SEO is very nuanced. Like it's very sort of straightforward in so many ways, but small changes and little implementation can go such a long way that still definitely requires.
And in fact, it's like, let's say it's Google, and Google does updates every single day. It's not like an AI is only getting the input, from over time. It's not on a daily basis. So for me, it's like there are certain things that Google is going to be updating that AI is going to be a backlog from. They're not going to know it immediately.
Yeah, for sure. There's always a delay on that. And I think there's also, when it comes to large agencies as well, like the big agencies, there's often a lag on updates and information as well, which is which is why it's quite nice. Most of the people that we sort of engage with are smaller to medium-sized companies and agencies and freelancers that have that ability to be able to quickly react to like a changing market. And if you're talking an agency that has hundreds of staff and does tens of $20 million a year, the flows and the systems that they require means that it's going to be slower, the implementation of updates. And we're pretty small, we're pretty quick to be able to test and then implement into our strategies.
That's one thing most big agencies don't do. They don't do the testing.
No. They've got their plan, which might be 5 years old, and they
got their cookie cutter SEO programs. And like with us, I used to, when we had our old company, Rank Fortress, even with Forge, we used to do, for example, this package, this package, this package, this package, and they all were, this is what they come with. They're not changing. Now it's, if you want to buy SEO with us, we have the discovery call, and then I do a proposal and I look at your business and everything and put something together specifically for your business. It's not going to be based upon cookie cutter packages or anything. We don't have any packages. Everything is bespoke per each client. And it does mean, yes, you cannot scale it. Yes, it does mean you can't take on hundreds of clients at a time. But it also means, in my opinion, when you do it like you're talking about doing it too, you get better service versus some cookie cutter approach, which may or may not work for you, a lot of times. So, but yeah, so how long have you actually been running your agency?
So I started it in 2019. So we've seen the sort of ups and downs.
Right before COVID? When was COVID?
Yeah, just before COVID.
That's right around the same time as I did too. It's right around 2019 when I came to the Philippines. COVID didn't happen, I think, a year, maybe 2 years later, or something like that. So yeah, right around the same time. That's cool.
Yeah, I started in Facebook ads before that, and then sort of found it to be quite unpredictable and at the helm of Facebook. So I dabbled in SEO and got a single client, which was doing the Facebook ads, which we sort of converted over to SEO, and then decided that that's what I wanted to focus on. And the local stuff, especially in Australia, really works well for me. It's not insanely competitive. It's sort of, you do the right actions and the results will come. especially in countries like Australia or where there's more space and less population density. It definitely sort of makes
So
a
as
bit of
far
an
as
easier
y'all do
process.
home service-based businesses, is there any specific niche y'all concentrate on or anything in specific?
Home contracting, like building, landscaping, plumbing, those sort of contractor tradie style industries mainly, where sort of businesses are coming out on site to quote a job or do work in the house or in the garden.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, like we do a lot of junk removal, but that's not because we only do junk removal. We do roofers, dentists, a little bit of everybody, but mainly junk removal because I got on someone's podcast one time and then got a bunch of junk removal people. And got really good at it. Junk removal is easy for me, but roofers are much more. Even junk removal, people will be like, it's not competitive. It's highly competitive. Because you'll come into the city and you'll have 200 to 300 people doing junk removal. It's not, especially the bigger cities. So, but yeah, I mean, sometimes people, when they start out doing agencies, it's always they do, they come in and do one specific, if you will, niche, let's say roofers or plumbers, stuff like that. So just always curious. What sort of updates have you done to and could you tell the audience a little bit about your CTR tool? And of course, where they can get it and that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. So I run CTR Driver at ctrdriver.com, and it's a full mobile-based CTR manipulation tool. So like most of the tools, you input your keywords and location, and what it does is it searches on Android phones with a location that's within your target range, interacts with the business. It'll click on the knowledge panel and look at the photos. And then the feature that differentiates us is it actually does a live drive to the business location on the Google Maps app. So in real time, it will update the location of the phone and actually simulate a driving direction request to the business.
When someone's setting this up, let's say I'm Joe Schmo and I'm a plumber and I don't know nothing about any of this, do you actually set up everything for me after I just give you my GMB? And, because I don't know how many driving directions I should be doing or anything like that. Are you automatically setting up all that for me?
So we have an online portal that you can log in and set up a campaign yourself. And if you want to jump on a call as part of the onboarding process, we will set up a campaign with you, give you recommendations on what limits to set, how many search volumes you want, and how to do the keyword research and things like that. So we can jump on a call if you are interested in signing up to sort of give you that information so you can then go out and apply that to other businesses.
And for people that don't know what CTR manipulation is, essentially, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as positive engagement to your business profile. Google looks these days at user signals and different queries that users are sending in to Google and all of the different AI chatbots. And we essentially are adding extra engagement by sending in extra queries to show Google that people are looking for your business and diversify the ways that people can find your business. Because I think especially with the Google Maps changing with the Ask Maps and the Gemini integrations, people are definitely switching from pizza restaurant near me to more broad search terms like what's a quiet pizza restaurant that won't be too busy that I can book a table for 2 at on Friday. So we will add the extra engagement by creating queries like that with long tail phrases and that can be sent to your business to show Google the positive signs that you should be showing up for certain keywords.
Yeah, the reason why I ask you that is because most people don't understand. It's like technically, in my opinion, regular SEO, i.e. not Google Maps SEO, is mainly driven by, it could be on-page SEO, technical SEO, off-page or backlinks, things of that nature, whereas Google Maps SEO is mainly driven by proximity and engagement. Engagement is what CTR manipulation is for you guys listening. CTR manipulation or behavioral signals, for example, which is what he's describing, which is, okay, did someone drive to your location? Did someone click on something? Did they leave a review? Did they go to your website? Did they bookmark it? All those things are behavioral signals. And, you know, that's what actually ranks a local business. Not having, I mean, do backlinks help? Do press releases help? All that? Yes, it absolutely helps. But the main driving factor is proximity and behavioral signals.
I mean, it's a community-based platform, Google Maps. So the more that you can engage with the community, whether that be reviews from your customers, other users actually interacting with your business, searching for your business, clicking on the photos, that is beyond a doubt the most important thing when it comes to Google Maps.
And like I said, I'm not an affiliate or nothing like that, but this is the website, ctrdriver.com. And you can go in there, watch this video, take a look at what it actually does. He even has a pretty cool little 3D tool here. I don't know how you made it, but it's cool. Where it actually shows the driving type directions thing. It talks about how does it actually work, how to set up everything. It's really cool. So, and he goes to the steps, and he even has some testimonials in here how it improves everything. Spoofing is basically where someone tries to make Google think that they're located somewhere when in reality is they're not, and Google can easily detect it if you're using Selenium or Chromium. It's real user engagement. And like he said, because I was asking, it's the number one thing most people don't, they're home service guys, love them to death, but they're technically savvy type people. Meaning sometimes they're not going to know how to do stuff. And even if you don't know how to do stuff, you can get on a call, and Rise and his team will show you how to do it. So, but you can check out that website. And then also, if you're interested in their marketing and case studies, you can go over to tophillmarketing.com. So I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. So, I mean, he has his case studies here and his process and everything. But more importantly, you can get a free audit. Kind of the same thing, a lot of what we do, but you get a free Google My Business audit. And like he's already said, they give you custom, and it's not cookie cutter. It's not a one size fits all approach, which is what you normally get with the large agencies. So that's at tophillmarketing.com. And then the other one, CTR Driver. So very interested in that. Do you white label at all for CTR Driver?
Yeah, we do white label for CTR Driver. We can set up like a white label dashboard and things like that.
Yeah, I'm just always curious about that sort of thing. So as far as AI and getting into AI overviews and things of that nature, are there any tricks or hacks or anything like that? Like a lot of guys are like, they are doing specifically AI SEO, or is it just traditional SEO?
I think when it comes to the AI, it's more of the same with a few tweaks. Listicles, like being in listed blogs, like top 10 lists, best plumbers in Brisbane. If you're located and featured in those lists, Google, the AI is going to love that. Being complete, like reviews are very important now with the local side of AI. Google is analyzing your reviews for what's coming from the customer. Like if a customer's searching for a quiet cafe where there's no queue, if Google sees that your business review, somebody's said that it's a quiet, cozy cafe, then that's probably going to be much more relevant nowadays than it was a couple of years ago. Having the social media accounts linked into your Google business profile and making sure that it's all built out so Google trusts your business is more important than ever. I think.
Yeah, I think one of the big factors is like a lot of people think specifically that, all you got to do is there's specifically AI SEO, and that's all you got to do. And a lot of guys are actually talking, like it's something different, when in reality there's nothing any different about it except a little bit of tweaks in there, here and there, but it's a lot of the whole, same. If you were doing SEO per se, and your SEO always consists of just doing a blog, that's not going to work like it used to. To me, it's like what you should have been doing is a blog should be then turned into micro content, whether that's a video or a podcast or a press release. It should be done that way. You should have been doing it that way forever. But most people just, I give you, 4 blogs a month and that's it. And they're not doing anything but that. And you're paying $1,000, $2,000 for a couple of backlinks and guest posts and some blogs. And that's not SEO.
No.
So then a lot of people are just kind of doing it that way. But
from
what I've seen,
we haven't seen too many massive changes in our sort of processes. Really, like, you get your fundamentals right. You want to get some links, of course, some backlinks. Press releases are great. The foundational, the cheaper press releases are totally acceptable to get crawled by Google. And the AI is quite quick these days in terms of, like, once the links go out, so you don't need an insane amount of high quality news outlet posts to get started on a new project or to improve some rank on a client. But getting links out there once you've set up all your fundamentals is definitely sort of your first step into getting into the AI. Because if you see businesses that were doing well pre-AI, most of the time they're the ones that are showing up in the AI results anyway, because they have the fundamental, they have the good base, and they were doing well on Google before the AI features came out. And it's no surprise to see those businesses are the ones that are ranking in the AI as well.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the one thing that I did notice, like with local, is, for instance, on Google My Business or Google profiles, the reviews do matter, but not as much as they do in AI overviews or in the AI search or in ChatGPT or any of that. It's like you'll look on Google Maps, and the person that maybe they have 100 reviews would be number 1, and the person that's got 300 reviews is number 2, and so on and so forth. Then you go to, if you will, ChatGPT or AI overview or AI search, and you do that same search, you're going to find actually a lot of times the one that has the most reviews, or the reviews that are more specific in almost like the client's telling a story in very specific details. Those are the ones I usually see that are popping up in their number 1, 2, and 3. Because a lot of times it seems like it almost reverses everything in the AI search and stuff. But then as well, while I was telling you earlier, we started the Reddit department is the number 1 place Google pulls from when it's in the AI search. It's from Reddit.
Definitely.
And a lot of times, like it's you were telling me, it's like, it's just traditional SEO. It's like, I remember when people used to say, it's like, well, there's AI SEO. It's like every time you do search on AI, it shows you that it's pulling from sources. It's citing sources. It's not pulling it out of thin air. So to me, I've just never understood this concept that, there is AI SEO, when it in fact pulls from sources that you should already be using regardless. But that's just been my kind of take on what I've seen. So
well, I totally agree. I mean, it's very easy for people to say, oh, this is the new way of doing things, and if you don't catch up, you'll be left behind. But at the end of the day, if you're doing SEO in a traditional sense, then you should be seeing improvements in the AI space as well. And if you're not, then I would find it very surprising if you were doing very well before and are struggling nowadays. It's mostly the same.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. It's like if you were doing well in Google Maps, then you're going to be doing well in Google Search or Google AI. If you weren't doing well in Maps, you're not going to be doing well in Google AI. It's not going to the two usually correlate. Same thing with if you will, organic SEO. If you're doing, you can't be. I've really not seen too many people. I mean, rarely, but it's like if you're doing Google good in Google organic, and are you going to not be doing good in Google Maps? I mean, I don't see that correlation usually, because your Google Maps should mirror your website, and the website should mirror the maps. And if it's not, I mean, could you rank? I mean, you could, because it's based on behavioral signals, but it's pretty, I mean, I don't, it's pretty rare, because part of your Google Maps is also the website and how many times someone clicked on your website from your Google Maps. I mean, so it's not, they kind of all go hand in hand, whereas people want to say there's Google AI SEO. There's just, it doesn't exist.
It's all SEO. I mean, it's all coming from websites and pages. I think a couple of things that Google has changed, adding more services that are related to your industry that are relevant to one main topic in your Google Maps profile is probably something that's a bit more important, because people are definitely searching for more niche products and services as opposed to with Google, how they used to search. So having mentions of all of the products and services you offer, longer tail keywords, things like that would definitely be a great addition. If you can list more services on your website, as long as it's still sort of like, if you do plumbing, you keep it all in plumbing. I wouldn't go and branch out to landscaping on the same website, but definitely mentioning more about what you do and more services is going to help Google to link the more niche search terms for sure. And the Google reviews, they changed a few things there. They've banned mentioning staff names, and they've banned specific phrases. Like, you can't ask a customer to say best fencing contractor in Melbourne. You can only ask them to give their honest feedback.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't seen any suspensions or reviews being removed or mass deletions since those terms of services have changed, but that's not to say that Google is not going to do something in the future. So
yeah, I mean, because Google's always kind of changing. It's like when they originally came out, we don't like AI, and then they just like, well, we like AI as long as it's, you know, it's friendly towards their end user. So that's why you should be writing AI content anyway. So, and of course, everybody jumped on the bandwagon like, yes, you shouldn't be using AI, and now everybody uses AI. So
everybody, I mean, you're falling behind if you're not using AI in some way. Although AI has not replaced SEO and never will, there's a lot of aspects of SEO that you can use AI to make your job simpler or research more effectively. Like, I'm definitely pro AI in the industry. I just don't think it's a replacement for having an experienced SEO or hiring staff. Like, my staff use AI for their job, but I haven't replaced any of my staff with AI, because you still need that human input, at least now. Maybe in 2 years it'll be different, but hey, right now it's definitely not there, that's for sure.
yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, well, people will sit there and say that sort of thing, but the thing is, it's like, reality is you still need, a human being to actually run it. You're never going to run it just, it's not going to be, let me just hit start and SEO is going to be like, and it's going to completely SEO optimize your website. It's just not going to happen.
No.
Nothing. If anyone ever, kind of says that, it's generally, if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably fucking not true. I mean, it's just,
truer words have never been said.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you can build a system. The thing about SEO is it changes. I mean, every website is slightly different, and by looking and seeing what is needed in a website and a new client or in a specific industry, you're only really then going to be able to understand exactly what you need to do to get the best results without wasting a bunch of tokens or wasting a bunch of time. The lost return as well. If you hire an AI agency and then you don't see any improvements for 6 months, even if it's really cheap, you've lost all of this potential growth on your website and potential business revenue and new clients coming in, and you haven't seen any growth. There's always a trade-off.
Yeah, that's where most people they think. I mean, it's just to me, it's like everybody usually tries to sell something that's just it's not going to happen that way. It's just it sounds too good to be true. It's just not going to be true. And that there are SEO tools that I've seen that are just straight up SEO, and I'm like, okay. One of the statements the guy said, for example, was the AI agent will never get sick. And I'm like, I understand your logic, but it's stupid. Number one, for example, meaning they're never going to get sick, i.e., not show up. It's just not fucking true. It's already been proven. ChatGPT has been down many times for days, and platforms go down all the time. You're relying upon a platform and hoping it will never go down, and it does go down, or it does start putting out junk content and junk results. So it's just like you can't compare that to a VA and say, well, the VAs get sick. Yeah, they're going to get sick, just like AI will get sick sometimes. I mean, but a lot of times people try to sell it as if it won't,
Yeah. I mean, the updates come and things that used to work very well stop working. We've noticed it since ChatGPT came out. I mean, you see the progression of like, okay, the tool improves, but the user experience gets lost, and you can see them trying to start making more money. Like the investors are scared. They're losing money, and they're trying to figure out how to keep us on the platform for longer and how they can actually start to make their money back. And that's when the quality drops.
And then the other one was one guy said, for example, he goes, and over time, the credits will cost less. And like, on what platform have you ever been on where the credits fucking cost less? Like Facebook, it costs more to run ads. Google costs more to run ads. Every platform I've ever seen costs more because they want to get you using only their platform. And it generally, the more users they get, the more the cost goes up. It's not going to be, well, the cost is going to go down.
Oh, yeah, the cost is never going down. Once you get on the I mean, the cost goes up. You start off with a cheap product and everybody uses it, and then you raise the price and people continue to use it. It's a cookie cutter template of the social media industry. You can see, like, back when Facebook and Google started, they were brilliant. They're all about the user, all about trying to get the best results for the user. And as the money came in and as the profits increased, they stopped caring about the users as much, and the product suffered. And I wouldn't be relying too much on AI.
And it's like kind of like where people, I've even said, I've told people, I say, for me, I would even go so far as to say, I don't necessarily believe AI is going to be around forever. And I know it's crazy, and I know most people probably think I'm crazy for saying it, but I kind of don't think, I've seen things come and go, and I just don't, even if it stays, it's there to help you magnify and leverage your time and amplify it. I just don't think it's replacing everything, which is what everybody acts like it's going to do. I just don't see that happening. So
it's so expensive at the end of the day. Like, the companies nowadays are subsidizing the token, so we use it. But to run the whole world on AI, it's a very expensive endeavor. I definitely agree with you there. It'll be integral in the society moving forward, but yeah, I think it's not going to replace as much as people are skeptical.
Yeah, most people, it's kind of like, well, AI, they think of it kind of like the Terminator, like it's Skynet and it's going to take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't help with Elon Musk and some other guys and the richest motherfuckers in the world doing it, but it's like they think that it's going to be a certain way. I just don't see it that way.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. But so, I mean, that's just kind of my opinion. It's like, I also just like, I think it makes things better. I think it makes you able to legitimately magnify. But if you right now, for example, if you want to separate yourself from every other person, let's say as a roofer, just don't use AI to do your images. Very simple, because every single one, everybody, for example, junk removal or roofers or home services, I constantly see the same type of thumbnails, the same type of graphics, the same look, the same feel, everything. So all I got to do is literally pay someone to actually use their brain and do a graphic, old school Photoshop or Canva even, and they can come up with something that looks better and makes my brand stand out versus the person using Chat GPT to make a damn graphic, because every one of the graphics look the same. As soon as you see them, you go, oh, AI. And even Facebook labels shit AI, you know. And from what I know, that Facebook actually demotes AI content and makes it get less reach than organic. So
Yeah,
just
that's
from
awesome.
what I've seen. But it's just kind of what I'm going through. So as far
show
as
your face, show your the business owner's face, the staff, have photos of the team. It's becoming less and less. I mean, obviously it can be harder to do with lead gen style sites, but depending on how you structure it, or if you have clients, if you set up one site for one business, putting the face of the business owner, putting the workers on the website is probably the number one conversion action that you can do to gain people's trusts these days. You want to see who they're dealing
like
with.
they you know, so many times I'd go to audit websites like you do, and it's the same damn thing. It's like they literally use AI images, and anyone with half a brain sees it's an AI image. They don't show their face. They don't have video testimonials or anything like that. And then number one thing, that when someone does business with anybody, they want trust. If they can't trust you, they're not going to want to do business with you. And if you're up there showing AI images, how are they going to trust you? So
Yeah, if you're showing an AI image of a new shed that your company supposedly built, no one's going to, if someone knows it's AI, it's not very trustworthy. Like, show products that you've actually installed and people that are going to show up to the customer's house. That's a good way to differentiate yourself, for sure.
yeah, and then like, for example, tell real life stories or engaging stories, talk about your brand, answer questions that most people run from, be more transparent, stuff like that. But you know, AI, you can train it, but you're still gonna have to think for it. And you're still going to say, this is what I want you to do. You're still going to have to direct it. You can't just rely solely upon it. It can only magnify what you want. So
Yeah,
but
it can aid things quicker. That's kind of the limit of its capacity at the moment. Makes your
I
job
mean,
easier.
it helps. Like, I can tell you this, for example, when I used to have, you know, 80 something people, I don't need that many people anymore. So, I mean, in that way, in that sense, it does help, but in other senses, it's not. I mean, that's not what it's meant for. So, but yeah. All right. Appreciate you coming on, Rise. Once again, you guys, if you want to check out his website, it's at tophillmarketing.com, and then CTR Driver, where you get information about the CTR manipulation tool, and get on a call. And like he said, you know, if you want an onboarding call, he'll go over it with you on how to set everything up and everything. I do know the service works. You know, I specifically don't use CTR too much anymore, but that's not to say it doesn't work. So it does work as far as behavioral signals and brand searches and keyword searches. So, but appreciate you coming on, Rise. And like I say, you guys, if you have any questions, you can reach out to him. He is on Facebook at Rise Southern, or reach out to him on his website. But appreciate you coming on, and until next time, see you guys soon.
Been a pleasure. See ya.